Yo, what's going on, guys? BotMentality here with another Bitcoin chart analysis. Today is April 16th of 2018, and we will go ahead and jump into this with the market sentiment. So what I'm seeing right now, guys, is a lot of people are remaining pretty bullish, which is good. People are remaining bullish because after we had this, this huge push here on April 12th, where we had this huge Jedi lightsaber of a green candle right here, push us up to new recent highs over the last resistance of 7,500. That made a lot of people excited, and a lot of people started buying the dip. So the dip has been being bought up lately, as you can see, with these higher lows. And then again, people are like, okay, we got to pull back now after this. Again, we ripped above it right here, guys. We headed straight up and we pushed up to another high over the recent high here of 8,200. And we pushed up here to the 8,400 area. So that's good. So people are remaining bullish. And with this pullback right here, I see a lot of people saying just buy the dip and just buy the dip. So I'll give you my thoughts on that right now and kind of what I'm seeing, but there's a market sentiment. I think we're still remaining bullish here for the time being. So to go ahead and break down the 1 hour chart, what you'll see here is that we had a double top here at 8,350. That area, it was actually 8,390. But remember, I called the 8,350 area as being a period of resistance we had in the past. Zoom out here to the 4 hour. This area right here, right there would be 8,350 area. We saw a little bit of a bottom. A little bit of a bottoming action right here in that same area right here. And then also, if you look over here, we had, zoom in right here. We saw a little bit of support right here on it. We saw a nice bounce right here on it. So that whole area and right here before we broke down. And then you saw it actually reject. Oops, right there. So you saw that's been an area of support and resistance in the past. And sure enough, we double topped that on the 1 hour time frame and pulled back. And so if you watched yesterday's video, you'll see I actually made that short where I had an entry. I'll zoom in here for you guys. I had that entry on that short like right here, like 15 minutes before we exploded up just by reading level 2 and looking at the action. And then I took it right off, right up there at the 8,322. And I did that because I saw these topping wicks right here, and also because of the fact that we're going straight into resistance, and I like to go ahead and take my profit off, especially when you make that much money in 30 minutes. So I definitely want to take that quick. And as you saw, we pulled back, we bounced higher low, but we were never able to get over that, which I think is pretty significant. I'm going to point out something here soon. I don't think many people actually noticed and realized, and I think it's a sign of losing a little bit of momentum here on the short term. And it actually predicted this downside action. If you would have been paying attention to this, you would have reduced your size, even if you didn't know about the 8,350 support. So one thing I need to go ahead and point out here is we gave back, and I'll go ahead and delete these other triangles here. We gave back the critical support, okay? Or not support, but the whole recent move we just made. So this move right here, we just gave it all back and then some. We didn't hold that at all. So that bull break over the high here at 8,222, 220, we gave that up right away and pulled right back down. Right now, we just snapped 7K. We'll see if we've pushed back above it. Looks like we're getting bought up here on that 1 hour wick, which is a good sign for the bulls. But, we didn't hold. Everyone was looking at this and saying, okay, we're going to hit 85, and we didn't do it. We came right back down. And that is exactly why I like to take my profits into those areas of resistance. So one thing I want to point out here for you guys is I want to draw attention to these candles here on the hourly. This one here we had on the 15th. This one here we had on the 13th. And this one here we had on the 12th. And so I'll go ahead and circle the 12th, and then here circle the 13th. So these were three main breakout candles. So this candle, the candle here on the 12th broke out over this high right here. And the candle on the 13th broke out over the 12th high. And then the candle here on the 15th broke out over that, this topping area we had right here. So these three candles, if you'll notice, they're actually descending in range. So the range has been getting smaller and smaller and less significant, as well as the volume. So on the 12th right here, the range, we had a high of 8,050, a low of $6,811, and the difference there is $1,239. Okay, that was a huge candle. But here on the 13th, when we broke over that, we saw a high of $8,176.51 and a low of $7,766.91. The difference there is $409. Okay, so we had a huge decrease there, roughly like a third of what this candle was, okay? And then on the 15th, which is the smallest candle right here, the most recent one, we had a high of $8,392.56 and a low of $8,088.31. And the range there is $304. So we saw descending range on each of these bull break candles, as you want to call it. And then we saw that, and then we tried to get over again, and we just lost it. What that tells me is that not as many people are jumping in at that price level. So what we're seeing is essentially this was predicting having a sort of rounded top right here for the temporary. I mean, we have plenty of support in this area right here. We have plenty of support in that area at that point. So when this pulls back down into that line, we'll have support here to bounce. But what I'm saying is it kind of indicated the short-term momentum would be turning back downwards. I don't think a lot of people look at those sort of measured moves as what to expect, but we've been getting smaller each time, and then we pulled back there. So keep an eye on that. It kind of indicates towards, in the future, bullish momentum and how far people are willing to go to chase the price. They were willing to chase it very far, from the low here at 6,000 up to the, let's say 7,700. But after that point, they weren't willing to go very far from the high of this candle to the high of this candle. They weren't willing to push that range yet. So that definitely is going to be a pretty strong point of resistance, I imagine, in the future. But we'll just see. We'll see if we can get some volume. We'll see if we can get some more shorts covering like we did previously. And that's one of the things I wanted to point out on the 1 hour for you guys. We had these smaller breakout candles. And one of the things I've been talking about on my Twitter is the market has been punishing chasers, absolutely punishing chasers. So be careful there, guys. I warned about that on my Twitter, when we were up in this area, is don't chase that price action. It's not worth it. And sure enough, we ended up dumping a few hours later. So be careful. This market is not rewarding bull breaks. Don't chase them. Just don't do it, guys. If anything, wait for the pullback to get that. And a significant pullback on a significant bull break. You don't want to just jump in and be like, oh man, well, I didn't buy in at, 7,000 and now we're at 85. I'll just go ahead and buy here and then we'll be at 95, 9,500 here in a day or two. That's not always how it works. Just be careful, be patient, and you'll be able to come in and nail a trade. It only takes one trade to make a month, 2 good trades to make a week, etc. You can do it. Just be patient. So that's my current thoughts here on the 1 hour. The volume has been back to the same boring average we've been seeing. We just send it right back. What that tells me is that we're not seeing the increasing in interest right now at these price levels. People are on the sidelines ready to buy in, but we're not seeing them just jumping in and just rushing to get in the door first and push the price up over this current time frame. So in the RSI, we're currently sitting here on the 1 hour at 33, which is pretty nice. I'd prefer to see this sub 30. It looks like we could push sub 30 if we can get here down in the 7 to 8 range, which I would actually be looking to scoop a little bit. Depending on how quick we get there and what the price action looks like, I would like to scoop in that area long. If we can see that RSI, that 1 hour RSI drop below 30. So we'll see if we reject 8,000 here. I'd estimate we'd pull back down here to the 7.8. And the next area I'd be watching here is the 7.6. We'll see. I'll be keeping an eye on the price action here, guys. And I'll update you guys on Twitter on what I'm thinking as frequently as I can there. And we'll jump over here to the daily. Oh, man, it's already at 8 minutes. Didn't even get to the 1 day. So yeah, all right. So we'll jump over here to the daily. What we're looking at here is we did break higher. So we did break higher above the high here on the 13th. We broke up here towards 8,400. We saw that resistance there around the 8,350 area, and we pulled back and we gave back all of those gains, which is yikes. Yeah, guys, that's not too good. I did not want to see that. I would like to see it stop here around the 8,200 area, because remember we were having on the at 1 hour, we had so much support there. This was a big bull break area, a significant point for us. I would have liked to see it, kind of consolidate around there, or at least, this 8,100 area. This much of a pullback, I don't like seeing that. But given the size we ran, we have a lot of room to pull back, which is what I'm going to say next here on the daily. We have a lot of room in this area to make a higher low. So don't freak out just because we saw this give back all the gains here on that from the 15th. Don't freak out. We have a lot of room to make a higher low in this area. So just keep an eye on that. I'm really focused on that 78, 76, and you could say 75 as well. I wouldn't like to see it below 75, but even if we went below 75, we can still make a higher low, on the daily all the way down to, 7,000. So do not freak out, guys. This was a much relieving thing. But one thing I do want to point out here, it's a little bit bearish, is the fact that if we close below 8,000, it'll probably push us lower. And at that point, one of the things I think we need to look at is the fact that we have these highs here. and we had a lower high on the bounce, lower high on the bounce. And if this happens the same way it did previously, this would also be considered a lower high. So after, under this 9,000 test we had here in March, around March 23rd, that could be considered a lower high as well. So that would mean we're still sitting here in this bearish pattern making lower highs, and we still have a chance. This wasn't actually a complete double bottom. You know, we did bounce, but we could be heading for another test if that happens. But I would wait for some more confirmation on that before you freak out and just, you know, sell all your Bitcoin. Just wait. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how it plays out. Like I said, we have a lot of room on the daily to make a higher low, and we'll see if we end up doing so. You know, we have the RSI sitting here at 52.8. I would like to see it pull back there towards the 57, 58 area. And I would really like for that to coincide with Bitcoin 76, 7,700 so I can feel more comfortable scooping some there. I'd like to see that RSI kind of confirm closer and closer and closer to oversold here on the daily. So, and the volume, again, nothing crazy. We've seen some bull volume here, or some bear volume come in that's equal to the bull volume here so far. So we have potential to see higher bear volume here throughout the rest of the day. So be careful. Be careful here, guys. Just keep an eye on it. Be patient. Definitely be patient. Patience is paying in this market, especially if you were sitting here waiting to buy the bull break here in this consolidation for that break we had on the 12th. It definitely paid. If you waited to buy the pullback here, or you waited to buy this one here for the break over the high from the 12th, that definitely paid. Just be careful and just be patient. You'll get you will get your opportunity. Trust me. So really, that's all I have here for today. I really wanted to bring out that idea there on the 1 hour regarding the smaller breakouts and smaller breakout candles and the decreasing range on those, and something to look for in the future and something to keep an eye on. So, all right, guys, that's really all I got for right now. Just remember to continue to manage your emotions and develop your bot mentality. Learn how to trade like a machine. Think in if-then statements. If this happens, then you'll do this, and don't let your own bias or opinion get involved in that. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. I'm gonna head out of here. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Follow me on Twitter, and I also made an Instagram, so you can go ahead and hop over there, guys, as well. And have a great one. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.